going on, vinyl community? Welcome to another video with the Record Spinner. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the rabbit hole that I have found myself in lately, along with the vinyl haul that I managed to acquire regarding Third Man Records vault packages. Now, if you're a vinyl collector, I'm sure you might know what Third Man Records is and what it's all about. But to those that are not informed, Third Man Records is a label formed by Jack White, of course, best known for being in the White Stripes, the Raconteurs, the Dead Weather, of course, his solo stuff. It is essentially a label that covers anything that Jack is involved in, whether he's performing or producing artists, along with other various artists that are on the label and also reissues and such. Third Man and Jack White have a special place in my heart because, like I said in one of my very first videos on this channel, I mainly got into vinyl collecting in the first place just to mainly acquire the White Stripes stuff on vinyl because I always associated Jack and Third Man with vinyl, and it kind of just grew from there into what my hobby has consisted of today. Now, Third Man offers this quarterly subscription service called The Vault, and it's basically a package where you get a 12-inch release, a 7-inch release, along with an exclusive merchandise item. All of this stuff is only sold exclusively through the Vault, so it cannot be found at any record store or is sold to the vast public, pretty much. But aside from the package, you also get 10% off of the web store. You get to join in on live chats that sometimes include Jack. You get ticket pre-sales, first dibs on news that's going on within Third Man, and there's contests where you can win like test pressings and such, all kinds of great stuff. For each quarter of the year, it's $60, and considering that you get the package alone, which is consisting of limited edition vinyl not found anywhere else, along with the other perks, it is of absolute essential value. And I remember, I was a Jack White and Third Man fan long before I got into vinyl collecting. I would say starting around 2010 was when I became a big White Stripes fan. And I would read things about these vault packages that was almost like the stuff of legends. Like, I never imagined that I would personally own a release that came out as part of a vault package. So what I would do, this was before my days of vinyl collecting, because I would find out that, they released the first White Stripes concert on vinyl, or they released the last White Stripes concert. So I would seek the online digital file sharing market and try to find MP3 vinyl rips of those releases, download the artwork, and make my own little CD versions that I would listen to. And I had a lot of joy listening to these CDs because this was just absolutely amazing stuff. And I never thought one day that I would get my hands on it, considering the value. And then by the time I started collecting in 2014, I was relatively behind on vault packages, considering that Third Man started in 2009 and they've been doing these packages ever since they started. I was definitely behind. And then at that time in 2014, I was a senior in high school, and I was pretty much working my first legit job when I started college in like late 2015. So I didn't necessarily have $60 to spend 4 times out of the year for these packages. And also, not every single package was something that I wanted, because they also do other artists and they cater to other things on their label aside from White Stripes and solo Jack White stuff or the Raconteurs, Dead Weather, whatever. So it was one of those things I would always kind of miss out on, but I would always read amazing stuff about the releases that were offered within the service. And then some time goes on, because Third Man was something that I would kind of attend to whenever just scrolling on the internet. I mean, because when I started collecting, I was really into the other artists that were on the label. But then as time went on, I kind of dwindled on into getting into other, artists and genres and stuff. So Third Man was something that I would kind of touch base on every now and then. But then I was on Discogs fairly recently, and this is one of those cases where I was just searching on the website, seeing what was there for a decent price, and I came across this particular vault release. And I thought, considering what you got with this particular package, it was absolutely great value, and I ended up paying the subscription price, which was like $60, and I was very happy that I didn't have to spend over that, because the records that are released within the Vault service tend to go for a high price tag in terms of the resale value, because that's understandable because they are limited and whatnot. So I managed to snag this release here first. This is the White Stripes Live in Detroit 1999 to 2001. This was the 34th Vault package, which came out at the end of 2017. And what this is 3 concerts from the band's like first 3 album cycles, recorded at various venues in Detroit. So like for the first album period, it's a show recorded from the Magic Bag, obviously as you can tell from the cover, which is also a nice sort of die-cut sleeve. Then there's one from the Distill period from the Magic Stick, die-cut sleeve as well. And then one from the White Blood Cells period. And all on like black, white, and red vinyl, which is of course the associated colors with the White Stripes. And then on top of that, you even got this really nice postcard, which kind of breaks down the package altogether, talks about the individual shows, along with replica posters that were used to promote the shows. And I gotta say, when I first received this box set, I had kind of broken a new ground in my time as a collector, because like I said, this was stuff of legends, and just to think that one day, you know, I could perhaps own one of these is absolutely amazing. And having it shipped in the original Third Man mailer, it was absolutely unreal in every sense, and so I was truly excited to receive this. And gotta keep in mind, there were other White Stripes releases that had come out before this, and just to think, you know, just is having just this alone enough? So then I decided to pretty much go on a manhunt and try to hunt down any other Vault packages that I thought I needed in my collection, and of course ones that I thought were of pretty good interest in my opinion. But I only had one rule, and this particular rule, from a far distance would seem almost impossible to do considering the nature of these releases and what the values tend to go for. I decided to not spend any more than $60. And so it was a rather intense period of searching Discogs and other retailers such as eBay and other places for these records. And I think I succeeded in getting most of everything that I had my eyes on, and I'm very happy to say that 90% of the time I stuck to my rule and I did not pay any more than $60. I think I only ended up splurging towards the end, only for the sake of just filling in gaps that I knew were easily obtainable, were just a little over my limits, I guess you could say. But without further ado, let's continue on with this haul. So the next one I got from Discogs was one that I think I actually ended up paying. I think I ended up paying $50, and that's $10 less than what the service is. This is Jack White live at Third Man Records, Nashville, and Cast Corridor. This is a rather recent one, and also I should say that some of the more recent Vault releases are easier to obtain for a decent price, just simply because they're newer. As you go back, the older ones tend to go for higher price tags. But anyways, right around the time that Jack did his latest solo album, Boarding House Reach, he did 2 shows at the Third Man headquarters in Nashville and Cast Corridor in Detroit. So the front here resembles the Nashville storefront, and then the backside resembles the Cast Corridor storefront. Comes in sort of like a physical graffiti type of sleeve with the cutout, so you can like put different inner sleeves in and see what's through the doors and the windows. This set comes on black, white, and blue vinyl. I'm not going to pull out everything just because it would take a whole lot of time to pull out everything, but I'll show you some of the interesting looking ones. So I'll show you like the shade of blue that this comes on, which is like a rather deep blue. And then also included with this set, once I put this back, you got these very, very nice, kind of like 8x10 photo prints, which were taken from the show. So there you go. I'm going to try not to get any glare on these. And these are absolutely suitable for framing as well. These are absolutely fantastic pictures. And I believe I received this in the original Third Man mailer it came in. And I know that because it also came with another great item, which is a Jack White flag, which is absolutely cool. I'm thinking about getting a like big wooden frame to put this in, or probably hang it in my room somewhere. Something cool. And also a nice way to pay homage to the main reason why I got into collecting vinyl in the first place. And that particular vault package came out in September of 2018, and that was vault number 37. And then the next one that I got was vault package 26 from the tail end of 2015. This is a rather nice one that I wanted for a long time. This is the White Stripes Live at the Gold Dollar Volume 3. So this is a show from, I believe it was late 1999, so this is right around the first album cycle. It's funny, I think at the time when this first came out as part in the vault package, they were actually offering copies of this as part of the like regular Third Man online store. I don't know if they had some defect copies or something, but they were offering it on their website, and I should have snagged it then, but I didn't for some reason. And I'll show you the vinyl on this. This comes on a rather nice piece of like red marbled vinyl. So you see it's like a deep red, and you got like flecks of black in there. Looks absolutely beautiful. And then the next one is from Vault 21. So this was right around October of 2014. This is the White Stripes Live Under the Lights of the Rising Sun. So this is 2 concerts from the band's first tour of Japan from 2000. So this is from like the Distill period. This comes on black and red vinyl, and also you get a really nice effect with the cover. So like you can see that like the red peppermint swirls is die cut. Check this out. Very, very nice. And you also have some really great old pictures of the band playing. There's also some in the gatefold as well. Absolutely gorgeous stuff. And then we kind of get into a different change of pace. We're getting into what was Vault 32 from the middle of 2017. And that is The Dead Weather Live at the Mayan, Los Angeles. So this is from the band's like first album cycle, from a highly reputable show that they did at the Mayan Theater in Los Angeles. Nice heavy-duty cardstock sleeve with a gatefold, 2 LPs. Comes with a very nice kind of silk screen print of what was used for the poster that was advertising the show. And then both LPs come on yellow vinyl. Looks absolutely great. And along with the LP, there was also a DVD concert film of the exact show, which is nice to have, so you can watch the band in action. Now, I should mention between the Dead Weather release and the previous 2 White Stripe Live releases, there was also some Dead Weather Dodge and Burn 7 inches, which I will touch up on later on in this video. And then the next one I got was the Jack White Acoustic Tour box set, which came out in the middle of 2016. I made notes of all this stuff. And this is Vault Package 28. Comes with like a nice sort of silhouette cover. Opens up, and then you have these two very nice prints of Jack and his acoustic band. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. You get a double LP set, which was the show in Idaho. Wonderful stuff. Gatefold sleeve. And I'll showcase one of the LPs, which the seller already put in a MoFi sleeve, which was very nice. And this is like on a sort of marbled baby blue vinyl, which looks absolutely beautiful. Very, very nice. And then also included in this box is a book, Pictures from Unknown States. So it's all kinds of photographs taken from this acoustic tour that Jack did, which was essentially all the states that he didn't get to on his Lazaretto tour. So this kind of rounded off the album cycle, I guess you could say. And this was during, I believe this was during like early 2015, I want to say. And then there's also a DVD from the show in Alaska. Very nice stuff. And a very beautiful box set and a wonderful presentation altogether. So far, everything that I've showed off was what I got from various Discog sellers. Now we get to eBay. And you can find all kinds of vault packages on eBay. Some that you can just buy now for a flat price. And then most of the times you'll find ones that, sellers will put up for auction. And then people just bid on it until the highest one wins. This was the first time in general that I ever bid on something on eBay, because I don't really use eBay too much when it comes to buying records. After this whole thing, that has changed entirely. So I decided to bid on this, and I think the bid was at like $40. That was the starting one. And then I bid $55, which led to like shipping being $5, which equals out to $60, which is the price of the service itself. And I don't know if there was anyone bidding on it. Maybe one other person did, something along those lines. Turns out I won the auction. It felt really nice winning the auction, and it kind of was a hint of what was to come later on within this haul. And this is the White Stripes Under Amazonian Lights box set. So this was released in March of 2015. This is vault package number 23. This is to commemorate like the 10th anniversary of the Get Behind Me Satan album, which is the album which the show was kind of recorded from. Comes in a nice box. And in here you get all kinds of goodies. Like you get a little enamel pin. You get these two nice little photo postcards. You get a 7-inch of an outtake from the Get Behind Me Satan sessions, along with a demo of one of the songs, white vinyl. And then you also get this really nice art print of Jack and Meg. When you turn off your light, it does glow in the dark, and I tried to film it, and it was not working, but it looks really, really nice. You got to check it out for yourself if you have it. And then you have 2 LPs of the show itself. This was recorded at the Teatro Amazonas Opera House in Manaus, Brazil. I'm sorry if I am mispronouncing that. With like a nice sort of velvet-esque kind of sleeve. It's really hard to describe. It feels really deluxe. Comes on like sort of like marbled, opaque red vinyl. And then you also get a DVD of the show as well, which was filmed by MTV. Very, very nice. Really excellent document of the tour and what was going on at the time. Very, very awesome release. So, after that one, I found a seller based in Nashville that was getting rid of a lot of vault packages, and I decided to just take a chance, give it a shot, place my bid in of the stuff that I thought was interesting. And just the fact that he had the starting bids on these particular items at a low price was absolutely crazy. I'm guessing he just wanted to, let them loose. And interesting how no one else was bidding on them. I don't know if maybe everyone has their copies and the hype is gone, or just the aftermarket as of right now is what it is. I'm not quite sure. But this is kind of a grail because this was one of my little CD creations. White Stripes, live at the Gold Dollar, first full show. This is absolutely amazing. I never thought one day that I would own this particular record in my collection, and this was one of my top most wanted White Stripes releases ever when this was first announced. Comes in a nice sort of sleeve. On the back here has like all these little history facts that was going on the day of August 14th. Comes on white vinyl, and you even get a replica, if I can get it out. Here we go. Comes with like a replica handout of the show that was being advertised in the Gold Dollar sort of like newsletter / handout. And then on the back of it is the set list for the show, which was back when the band used a set list before they went all kind of improv when it came to their set lists. And then along with the first full-length show, there was also their very first live performance ever. This was from an open mic night at the Gold Dollar. This is live on Bastille Day. This one comes on red vinyl as well. Two absolute grails right here. This was a great addition to my collection. And also, just to let you guys know, this is Vault Package number 13 from September of 2012. Now, it should be said that getting your hands on some of the older Vault packages is hit or miss in terms of price. And with this particular one, I was absolutely shocked that as far back as it goes, which was the 10th Vault package from March of 2011, that I managed to get this for just about less than $60, actually, now that I'm thinking of what I had bid on it. This is the Raconteurs, live at Third Man Records back in 2011. Actually, I take that back. I believe this came out in... I think it was late 2011. It certainly wasn't March because the show was in September. My bad. Contains their set that they did at the Blue Live Room at the Third Man headquarters in Nashville. And the LP comes on split black and blue vinyl. Now, interesting thing that I found out when it comes to Third Man and the stuff that they record live in their live room, they'll offer the black and blue split version to the people that actually attended the show before they release the standard black version on their website and as part of their regular release on their label. So it's nice that they kind of replicated that here for the Vault. Now, I did also receive the White Stripes Dead Weather Remix 7-inch. I didn't see need to have it in my collection, so I ended up selling that off to a person on the Third Man Records collectors group on Facebook, which, if you're not a part of it and you're a Third Man Jack White fan, definitely check it out. There's all kinds of great stuff that pops up for sale and all kinds of other things. Along with those other packages that I had bid on, I also bid on this other box set, which I'll shine a little bit of light on. That refers back to some of the other packages that I had showcased. This is the Dodge and Burn 7-inch box set. So throughout a couple years in the Vault, they would include a Dead Weather 7-inch of two songs that would ultimately be found on their third studio album, Dodge and Burn, which came out in September of 2015. So they would release these singles at random, but then at the very end, when all the singles were done, they offered this box, which was empty when you received, I think it was package number 32. You would just put the 7 inches in here, and you would have a nice home for all your Dead Weather 7 inches. I bought this thing full. So this box does indeed feature all of the singles that were released at various Vault packages in the past. There you go. This is the repress of the Impossible Winner 7-inch, because the original one that came out it was a mispress that had the song Cop and Go on the B-side instead of what was listed, which was mile markers. So they supplied a replacement, I think, for the next vault package that was up after they had that mispress. So all the singles are here. And basically all of the 7-inches that I had received alongside like the White Stripes records, and I think there was the one other Dead Weather LP, I just ended up selling off because I didn't need them anymore. Because I don't need really duplicates of this stuff because I already got it on here. So it's very, very nice to have. And this is all sort of on like yellow and black kind of vinyl. I think there's one that's like a translucent yellow / gold. Very, very nice. And also, Dodge and Burn is one of my all-time favorite modern rock albums. And I thought having another type of variation of sort of this album was pretty nice to have. Absolutely fantastic. And now the rest of the stuff is from various Discog sellers. Now, the eBay craze had kind of died down in terms of bidding, and then I just relied on sellers that were just selling it at a buy it now kind of price. And then up next is Vault Package number 30, and this was from the end of 2016, I want to say. This is the Raconteurs live at Irving Plaza, New York City, back in 2006. And this was the first ever Raconteur show, from what I understand. Comes with a rather interesting sleeve here, along with the gatefold of Roosevelt's X-Ray. Rather peculiar. Comes with a sort of silkscreen print of what was the show poster. Comes on like sort of kind of clear vinyl with like brown like swirls. It looks like caramel, actually. Very, very nice. Now, also, when I received this record, I also got the Disgraceland LP, which includes tracks from The Dead Weather, The Kills, and William Tyler. I ended up selling that off as well. And then the next one was one that I was kind of shocked to receive. This is one that's kind of highly coveted, mainly because of the sort of like period that this particular vault covers, which I would say is a rather landmark period. This is the White Stripes 9 Miles from the White City. So this is a show from the Oregon Ballroom in Chicago in 2003 during the Elephant period. Of course, Elephant being pretty much I guess you could say, the standout, most recognizable White Stripes album, mainly because you have Seven Nation Army on it. But of course, you also have things like Hardest Button to Button, Black Math, In the Cold Cold Night, Ball and Biscuit. I mean, that album is absolutely sensational and a pure gem in the 2000s in general. This comes on red and white vinyl, and it was a complete vault package, which included, if I can dig it out, a 7-inch which has some demos of I Want to Be the Boy Who Warms Your Mother's Heart and Little Acorns. This kind of comes on red vinyl there. And then also, which was a wonderful bonus, and this was something that I had dreamed of owning just to see candid behind-the-scenes shots, is this Pictures from Elephant book, which features all kinds of photos taken at Toe Rag Studios, where the album was recorded over in England, recording on an all-analog system. Just absolutely beautiful pictures here. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. Very, very nice. And this was Vault Package 16 from the middle of 2013, I should mention. And then we kind of go back a ways, and this is Vault number 12, and this is from, I want to say, early 2012. And this is also the most inexpensive vault package. I think I ended up buying this for $25 to $30 on Discogs. It was priced rather low, and I thought it was rather essential because I mean it's stuff that I really enjoy. This includes Karen Elson live at Third Man Records. Karen Elson was married to Jack from like 2005 to 2012, I want to say. I really enjoyed her solo album, The Ghost Who Walks, and I figured this would be a nice sort of counterpart to sit next to the studio version, which in reality, this live show that she did at Third Man is essentially that album live, pretty much, with a couple other tracks. This comes in a cool die cut sleeve, because look at her dress when you pull the insert out. Very, very cool. Kind of houses the record, which is in an inner sleeve. And then you open it up, and there's some live pictures from the show. And then you can even decorate your own dress. And it says up close there, I'll read it. Draw, paint, or collage a dress. Email a scan of your design to couture at thirdmanrecords.com. View the collection at thirdmanrecords.com/couture. I wonder if that's still up. And the record itself comes on split sort of peach and black colored vinyl. Looks absolutely beautiful. Cannot wait to give this one a spin. Really enjoy Karen Elson's solo stuff. And also, side note, I gotta check out that other solo album that she did recently. That's not on Third Man. It's definitely worth a listen. And then alongside the Karen Elson LP is a Dead Weather 7-inch. This has the song "Open Your Eyes," and then the B-side, "You Made a Fool Out of Me." These were recorded during the Consolers of the Lonely sessions. To be honest, "Open Your Eyes," this was absolutely worthy of a spot on Consolers. This is such a fantastic track, so catchy. I know Brendan Benson rewrote the lyrics and did it on one of his solo albums, but honestly, they should have included this. And then we also have a DVD, The White Stripes Live Under New Zealand Lights. You have two shows from the King's Arms in 2000 and then the Freeman's Bay Primary School in 2003. And it is packaged very cleverly. There's like a little wax piece holding the disc together up there as it folds out. You close it. Comes back up. Absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous stuff. And then, aside from like the big crazy 12-inch releases and such, there were some 7-inches that I really, really wanted to have in my collection. And the next ones I'll show are from the sort of album vault packages for Jack White's albums Lazaretto and Boarding House Reach. So this one here is from the Lazaretto one, which came out in the summer of 2014, and that is vault package number 20. You get some demo versions of Alone in My Home and the song Entitlement, which comes on blue vinyl there. And then we also have the Boarding House Reach demos, which was from early 2018, vault package number 35. We have Infected by Love demo version, which would then evolve into Connected by Love. And then Why Walk a Dog. And that is on blue vinyl there as well. So it's nice to have some Jack White demos in the collection. And I think I ended up paying relatively decent prices in terms of 7-inches from one Discog seller and one eBay seller. Now, from this point forward is when I started to kind of splurge on some things. This is when I started to spend just a little out of my, I guess you could say, my price comfort zone. Filling gaps. And if you know that it's available and it's something really, really awesome and cool, sometimes you just got to pull the trigger on it, and that was the case with this next one, which is Vault Package 18 from the end of 2013, and this is one that I did not see for any low price. I think this is just another one that's really highly coveted. This is the Raconteurs live at the Ryman Auditorium in Nashville back in September 15th, 2011. So this was right around the time that they had played Third Man, and they released that recording in an earlier vault. This was just, I think, a couple days after, I believe. Sensational double double LP set of the band's performance. I think this was another one that I downloaded and I made a CD copy of somewhere in my house. The first LP comes on this sort of... It's translucent. It's like a translucent like whiskey brown kind of colored vinyl. If you look at it in the wrong angle, it looks kind of black, but if you hold it up to the light, it does look like a clear dark brown. And then the other one comes on kind of like a marbled yellow vinyl with like black in there as well. Looks absolutely nice. And I managed to get the record alone from one Discogs seller, and then I managed to find another seller that was selling the accompanying DVD separate for a much cheaper price. So you get the whole set on DVD, so you can watch the guys in action. Absolutely great stuff. And now we are hitting gold, and this is a fantastic vault release. This is probably one of the best vault releases as far as I know. This came out in September of 2017. This was the 33rd vault package. This is White Stripes Inky Thump X. So this was the 10th anniversary of the last White Stripe studio album, Icky Thump, housed in a nice box. And yes, I did indeed trade in my first pressing of this album, which was really, really tough to do because it was mastered by Kevin Gray and Steve Hoffman. Just that alone made trading that in so hard. But considering what you get in this box, along with the colored vinyl of the album itself, I thought it was absolutely justifiable. So in this, you get a Rob Jones art print, which is kind of inserted at random in each box. So I think there's like 8 different ones, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. So I got this one, which is cool. You get a rag and bone enamel pin there. And then you get Pictures from Icky, which is a nice little Polaroid book of photos taken from the sessions. Absolutely great candid shots there. Very, very nice. And we have all kinds of LP goodness here. This is the Icky Thump demos. This is on black vinyl, and basically this was the one rare occasion where the band actually demoed their entire album in like a rehearsal studio before going in the studio to record it officially for the album. Very nice. Black vinyl, as I said. And then we also have the Icky Thump extras and B-sides. This is all like the non-album B-sides that were released along with the various singles that came from the album, along with Spanish versions of Conquest and acoustic versions of like Martyr for My Love for You, Baby Brother, which was I think a bonus track on the Japanese version of Icky Thump. Very nice stuff on white vinyl. And then we get to the Pièce of Resistance. Here is the album itself. You can see they kind of put some colorations on the sleeve there. So like Jack has like a red tie, and then Meg's sort of handkerchief has like some red in there. Red horse on the back. We got the seal, which seals the cover together, that you just kind of fold inwards inside the cover. We have a new gatefold there, which is different from the original. Let's see, we also get, if I can get it out, we have an insert, which has all the lyrics, liner notes, and such. Are you ready for this? Check that out. Kind of like red splatter on white vinyl. Absolutely beautiful. This is just absolutely amazing stuff. I think this is, as of right now, perhaps the most amazing looking piece of colored vinyl that is now in my collection. Just looks absolutely cool. Definitely replace that John Denver Rocky Mountain High record. That's for damn sure. And then same thing on here. We got black splatter on red vinyl. And also, interesting thing to note as well, this package was the first one to feature records pressed over at Third Man Pressing, which is located on the premises of the Cass Corridor storefront over in Detroit. And that's where the Icky Thump records were pressed at. The rest of them were done over at United, but nonetheless, it is an absolutely fantastic package, and I am very, very happy to have it, and definitely worth upgrading my original pressing of. And then we get to the very, very last one, and this is the one that I definitely spent, I would say, the most money on. I had bid on this one auction for this release, and I was the winner for a long time. And then overnight, I think it was the day that the auction was going to end, someone outbid me, and it was at a level that I just kind of could not do. And so I kind of, at the time, accepted defeat, but I was so determined to get this because this was essentially it. I mean, there were some older Vault releases that I knew I'd never get my hands on simply for price alone, and it's kind of out of my comfort zone. But this one was one that I knew I could easily get. And this was Vault Package number 22, which came out at the end of 2014. And that is Jack White live at Bonnaroo 2014. So this is his performance at the Bonnaroo Festival that year. This was right when Lazaretto had come out or was about to come out. Has a nice sort of holographic TV head kind of box cover. Here's the back side. This is a big, big, wonderful box set. You get 3 LPs on blue, black, and white vinyl. I'll show the blue off. Looks beautiful, like a nice kind of ocean pool type of marble blue. Looks beautiful. And then, aside from the LPs, which come in these kind of nice sort of individual die-cut sleeves, we have an insert right here. We also have a little envelope full of art prints taken from the show, suitable for framing as well. Absolutely beautiful stuff. And then we also get like a little replica all-access areas backstage pass. A little dedication postcard to Isaiah Ike Owens, who was Jack's keyboard player on this tour, who unfortunately passed away while on the road. So this little postcard is like a long-lasting tribute to Ike. We have the little TV monitor patch that you can put on any denim jacket. And then you get this little thing, a nice little USB, which you plug into your computer, and you can access photos taken from the show along with wallpapers that you can like have on your smartphone. Which I gotta say, I might include some pictures here. If you look at them so closely, they are super high resolution quality, just absolutely beautiful looking. If you really zoom in, you can really look at the detail very nicely, and just very nice photos all together. And then to top that all off, you get a DVD of the show as well. So, if you saw everything that I got, you're probably thinking, are you fucking mad? This definitely was not a cheap manhunt indeed. I did not see myself ever doing this. Like I've said, I never thought that I would own things like this that I would read about and wonder what that's like, wonder what the DVD looks like, the color of the vinyl, what it sounds like, whatever. This was something that I was really determined on, and I managed to successfully get pretty much everything that I had set my eyes out on. And I guess you could say now that I had acquired all of these releases, it kind of makes sense to now sign up for the vault and just get my hands on any releases that I think are of interest without going through the whole hunting on Discogs and potentially paying outrageous prices. But luckily in this scenario, I did not do that. I had my rules and I gladly stuck to them. But I think from this point on, I'm going to sign up for the vault and snag whatever cool releases I think will sit well in my collection. Now, there are some vault releases which came out early on, which are almost unobtainable for, I think they go for several $100s. That being the White Stripes, Icky Thump and Mono,
Raconteurs live in London,
White Stripes Under Great White Northern Lights B shows, the Dead Weather Sea of Cowards live at Third Man Records, and the White Stripes live in Mississippi, which is their last show. I was in an auction for the Sea of Cowards one, and I was watching it because I didn't bid right away. I was waiting to the very end. When I placed my bid, everything was being completely outbid, and I was like, not even going to bother. Oh well, you can't win them all. But who knows, maybe I can come across those records at some point down the road in my time collecting, and if I ever do, I'll showcase them here on the channel. So there you go. That is the rabbit hole that I found myself in, along with the big vinyl haul that is Third Man Records Vault packages. Here's a question for you. Are you signed up to the Vault? If so, which releases do you have? Are there any releases that I showed that you might want to get your hands on? Please drop a comment down below. I'd love to know. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. See you guys in the next video. And most importantly, keep the record spinning.